Namaste. Today I'm going to read Volume 1, Book 2, Rudra Samhita, Chapter 2. Indra sends Kamadeva to disturb the penance of Narada in the Shiv Puran. Om Vakratu Namakaya Surya Koti Samprabhani. Hariam Tat Sat. Sutta said, O Brahmins, once Narada, the excellent sage, son of Brahma, was inclined to perform penance, controlling himself very much. There is a very beautiful cave in the Himalaya mountain near which the celestial river flows rapidly. There was a great hermitage of divine splendor, which was resplendent in many ways. Narada, endowed with divine vision, went there to perform the penance. On seeing the hermitage, very convenient for penance, the leading sage performed the penance for a long time, seated firmly and steadily, keeping silent, controlling the breath, and retaining the purity of the intellect. O Brahmins, the sage performed meditation and contemplation, wherein the realization, I am Brahman, is generated, leading to the direct perception of Brahman. When the great sage Narada was thus performing penance, the mind of Indra became excessively agitated and he trembled. Thinking this sage is yearning for my kingdom, Indra wanted to spoil it. Indra, the leader of the Devas, remembered Kamadeva, Cupid, who arrived there immediately, accompanied by his queen Rati and Spring, his friend. The king of Devas, endowed with crooked intelligence to achieve his interests, saw that Kama had arrived and addressed him thus. Indra said, O friend of great prowess, always doing what is beneficent to me, please hear lovingly what I am going to say. Render me your help. Strongly supported by you, I have destroyed the pride of many ascetics. O friend, the stability of my kingdom is always due to your blessing. Narada, the sage, is performing a penance in the Himalaya mountain, directing his mind towards the Lord of the universe with great mental control and firm resolve. I now fear lest he should beg of Brahma my kingdom. You must go there now itself and hinder his penance. Being thus commanded by Indra, Kamadeva, accompanied by his wife Rati and Madhu, his friend, went haughtily to that place. He then prepared his own means of attack. He employed all his arts there immediately. Spring too haughtily spread his prowess of diverse nature. O great sages, the mind of the sage Narada did not waver. Only the arrogance of these fellows suffered a setback, and that too by the favor of Mahesa. Please listen to the reason thereof, O Saunaka and other sages. By the controlling power of the Lord, Kama could not exercise any influence. It was in this very place that Shiva, the indefatigable, one more time, indefatigable enemy of Kama, had formerly performed a great penance. It was here that Kama was reduced to ashes, Kama who used to spoil the penances of sages. Rati wanted the resuscitation of Kama and requested the Devas. They appealed to Lord Shiva, the benefactor of the whole world, who said thus, O gods, after some time Kama will come to life again, but none of his tricks will succeed here. Whatever space all round this spot is visible to persons here will be out of the influence of Kama forever, O Devas. It was due to this statement of Shiva that Kama's vials did not prevail upon Narada. From Shiva's abode he went to Indra. Kama then narrated everything about the sage and commended his power. At Indra's bidding, Kama returned to his own place. Deluded by Shiva's Maya, power of illusion, Indra was unaware of the true facts and was greatly surprised, and he admired Narada. Shiva's Maya is comprehensible to all. The whole universe is deluded by it. Only the true devotees of dedicated souls escape. Backed by Shiva's blessings, Narada stayed in the hermitage for a long time. Then, realizing that his penance was complete, the sage concluded the same. Thinking that he had conquered Kama, he was puffed with pride. He was devoid of true knowledge and deluded by Shiva's Maya. O great sages, blessed and very blessed is Shiva's Maya. Even Vishnu, Brahma, and others do not know the turn it takes. In that state of delusion and puffed up arrogance, the great sage Narada went to Kailasa to expiate on his own achievement. Bowing down to Rudra, the sage arrogantly spoke of his exploits with the conviction that he was equal to the noble souled Lord, the conqueror of Kama, i.e. Shiva. On hearing it, Shiva, who is favorably disposed to his devotees, advised Narada, who was ignorant of the real cause, whose mind had strayed and who had been deluded by his Shiva's Maya. Rudra said, "O dear Narada, O wise sage, you are blessed, but please listen to me. Never speak like this anywhere else, especially in the presence of Vishnu. Even when you are asked, you should not mention your achievements as you have done just now. These should be guarded as close secrets and should never be expressed. I bid you specifically like this because you are a great favorite of mine. Since you are a devotee of Vishnu, you are my follower as all his devotees are." Sutta said, Lord Rudra, the cause of creation, advised him in many ways like this. But Narada, who was still under the influence of Shiva's Maya, did not take up this wholesome advice. The future course of actions shall be considered inevitable by sensible persons. The will of Shiva cannot be warded off by anyone. Then the great sage went to Brahma's world. After saluting Brahma, he told him about his conquest of Kama as a result of his penance. On hearing that, Brahma remembered the lotus-like feet of Shiva and knew thereby the true cause. He then forbade his son. Although foremost among the wise, Narada did not take up the advice of Brahma, as he had been deluded by Shiva's Maya. The sprout of arrogance had been so fixed in his mind. Everything will take place in the world in the manner of Shiva's wills. It is true that the entire universe is dependent on his will. Narada hastened to Vishnaloka in the same state of senseless arrogance to boast of his exploits in the presence of Vishnu. When Vishnu saw Narada approaching, he could guess the purpose of his visit. He stood up and received him cordially. He walked forward and embraced him lovingly. He made Narada sit comfortably. After remembering the lotus-like feet of Shiva, he frankly uttered these words intended to quell the arrogance of Narada. Vishnu said, "O dear Narada, foremost among sages, you are blessed. I am sanctified by your visit. May I know where you come from and why you have come?" On hearing these words of Vishnu, the sage Narada felt elated. He narrated his story in the same haughty manner. On hearing the arrogant words of the sage Vishnu, remembered the lotus-like feet of Shiva again and understood the true cause. Vishnu, a leading devotee of Shiva, with his soul dedicated to Shiva, bowed his head and eulogized Parameshvara, the Lord of the holy mountain, with his palms joined in reverence. Vishnu said, O Lord Mahadeva, Parameshvara, be pleased. O Shiva, thou art blessed. Thy Maya enchants everyone. Having thus chanted the prayer to Shiva, the Supreme Atman, he closed his eyes and meditated on his lotus-like feet and stopped. On coming to know that Shiva was about to do through Shiva's bidding, he addressed the great sage pleasantly. Vishnu said, O foremost among sages, you are blessed. You are the storehouse of austerities and large-hearted. O sage, lust and delusion rise only in the heart of that man who is devoid of the three types of devotion. Base passions that bring in their wake all sorts of miseries crop up in him instantly. But you are vowed to perpetual celibacy. You are ever endowed with knowledge and devoted to non-attachment. Unaffected by passion and highly intelligent by nature, how can you be swayed by lust? On hearing words like these, the great sage laughed within himself, but spoke to Vishnu humbly. Narada said, O Lord, what can karma do to me if you remain favorable to me? Saying so, the sage, who had paid a casual visit, bowed to Vishnu and left. Let's see if there's any footnotes. There's no footnotes here. So here in today's reading, the Shiv Puran, Om Prabhu Prananatam Vipum Veshunatam Jagannatanatam Sarantapacham Buddhipatam Veshunatam Shivam Om Kapura Gauram Karanavrataram Sansarasaram Mujagendram Om Samur Somdram Makamijam Sun Vishtiva Swam Sahajam Shiv Namah Shivaya. Om Tumeo Mata, Chapita Tumeo, Tumeo Bandhuscha, Chasaka Tumeo, Tumeo Vidya, Dravinam Tumeo, Tumeo Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.